How you doing, guys, and welcome to another episode of Finalysis. On Saturday, Parker v Wardley. What a cracking fight that was. Now, the atmosphere was great and the occasion was great. It was for the Interim World Heavyweight Championship. The fight itself was good. There was only one disappointment, and that was the ending. We'll get into that later. Now, in the opening rounds, both men came out. Wardley, he was looking sharp. His punches were falling short as Parker was stepping back. Then when Parker came in, he'd triple up with the left hand with the jab. He'd just triple up with that punch. And in that first round, Parker was taking control. And I gotta say, that first round, I've never seen Wardley really back off, but this time he was just using his jab and backing off. It must have been near the end of that first round. Parker hit him with a right, and then he followed up, and he had Wardley on the ropes, looked like he was in trouble, and the bell went. First round to Parker. I'll tell you what, in the second round, about the 1 minute, 30 seconds, the action started to heat up. Parker, he caught Wardley and followed up with a few flurry of punches, but then Wardley instantly come back, and then he dominated that. He just he had Parker in the corner and he was laying into Parker. He was left, right, and Parker was in the corner. The gum shield came out. The ref stopped the fight for a while and put the gum shield back in. I thought in the third round, it was close. Wardley, he come in with a cracking right hand, and I'm surprised Parker took it, but he did, and he came back. Not as hard as Wardley, but he came back into the fight. But he seemed to have neglected his jab from this third round, Parker did. In that third round, Parker and Wardley both took some big bombs from each other, and they both just took it. And I've got to give credit to Fabio Wardley, coming from the white collar, and he's been boxing for 10 years, started when he was 20, but his shape was good during this fight, especially in these early rounds. His shape was good. Parker did seem to bring the boxing back and started to use his jab and wasn't just hitting headhunting. He seemed to be going to the body. Fabio, he was patient, and he was still, in this fourth round, was keeping his shape. Good fight, what can I say? It's just turned out to be a good fight. I've got to give Fabio more credit than I thought. You know, rewatching this, it's just a really good fight. I've got to tell you, that fourth round as well, that was amazing. Parker, he took control, backed Wardley onto the ropes, and then he was firing Wardley on the ropes. He was just firing 1-2, 1-2. But then Wardley come back and started fighting and put it back on him. What a fight this was, I tell you now. In the fifth round, Joseph seemed to have got his shape back, and he put in some beautiful body punches, combinations, head punches, and he forced Wardley back. And by this stage of the fight, Wardley was beginning to look gassed, but he was still fighting back and still looking good, but he was looking gassed. Parker controlled that fifth round very well. He even made Fabio miss with some of his combinations. Fabio was falling short again in this round, looked gassed. By the end of this fifth round, it was definitely a Parker round. Parker, he kept doubling up and tripling up with that left hand. Excellent boxing. Parker round 6. In the seventh round, Parker, he's in control of this fight. Wardley's looking fatigued, but still there. He's still in the fight, still dangerous. But then Parker just cracked him with a solid left hand, and Wardley just took it. Didn't even flinch, but it was hard. It was heavy. I think by the eighth round, Joseph Parker was starting to feel tired. And Fabio Wardley, he started to come back into the fight. Parker's still ahead, and the fight's still competitive. It was at this point in the 8th round, you still get that feeling that one punch could change the whole fight. At the end of the 8th round, that was a Wardley round. About the last minute in the 9th round, Parker, again, he gets Fabio on the ropes and just combinations of punches. And you always got this, while I was watching, I was thinking, Fabio's going to come out in a minute. Because Fabio, when he's hurt, he's dangerous. I tell you what, I keep saying it, but this was really a great fight. Parker's ahead, but Parker's still ahead at this stage of the fight, but it's still a great fight. Wardley's still in there. About 38 seconds left in round 9, I think it was. Round 9. No, round 10. 38 seconds left in round 10. Parker catches Wardley, has him in the corner and just keeps hitting him. I think it was with the left again. About 3 shots consecutively, just hitting him. And Wardley, again, takes it and manages to come out of the corner. Then I think it was in round 11, I think it was about 1 minute 58. And then Wardley, he just puts an onslaught on Parker. And again, at this stage, I thought Parker was going to be out. And Wardley was still on him, putting an onslaught. But then Wardley gets him onto the ropes. And Parker seems to have composed himself. But he was in the corner, not firing back, but he was dodging the punches and all that. Then all of a sudden, the referee stops the fight.
What the fuck?
And ruins what was a good fight. The referee, Howard Foster, stopped the fight. Well, I've got to say, that fight with Joseph Parker and Fabio Wardley, it was a great fight. It was for the interim championships. The winner of this fight is going to face Usyk. And so the winner was Fabio. So he now faces Usyk. But before we come on to that, I've got to say that Howard Foster, he stopped that fight, and I thought the stoppage was too early. I know before then, Parker looked like he was in trouble, but at the time of the stoppage, he looked like he was coming out of it. And I think Howard Foster actually ruined a good fight. Both Fabio and Parker, they did really well. Well done to Fabio. He deserved it. You can't take nothing away from him. It was Howard Foster that stopped the fight. And having said that, Parker, he should have thrown back. By not throwing back and covering up, he made himself look vulnerable and that he couldn't carry on with the fight. Although I could see that he could, in my opinion. It looked like he could carry on. I just thought the fight was stopped. He should have let it go on. So we had a conclusive ending to that fight. But well done to Fabio Wardley. Fully deserves it. And he's one hell of a fighter. Will he beat Usyk? I don't think so. Usyk, he can just take you out. He lets you build up that lead. But in that case, I don't think Fabio will build up a lead against Usyk. I think Usyk's just too skillful. His IQ is just too much. He's too experienced. And I personally believe that Usyk will take Fabio out. You can't get fatigued with Usyk in the later rounds or any rounds. Usyk will just take you out. He's a master boxer. Well, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. And if you like the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace. I'm out of here.